Welcome to Mind the Moment's Thursday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe, Palacino, and I am delighted to be here on Thursdays, the last day of the typical working week, with Tara Healey, founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness program. Thank you for coming, Tara.
Oh, well, I am always delighted to be here on Thursday morning, and I just want to welcome everyone, newcomers, those who've been with us for a while, just a big welcome.
Yes, it really is nice to have, it's nice to see the folks that have been here numerous times, but it's also so lovely to see new names. So we're happy to have you here. And today, as always, we start off with a question, and then we'll have an opportunity to answer that question through the chat. So if you can go down at the bottom of your screen and open up your chat box. And once you do that, click the drop-down menu at the bottom, the blue drop-down menu that says hosts and panelists, and just click on everyone, and then everyone can see your comments as they come in. And after we do that, Tara will lead us in approximately at least a 12-minute guided practice. And then we'll have time for questions. So with that, Tara, what is your question for the group this morning?
Well, thinking of this month, November, the month of November, and the holidays that we have, which are Veterans and Thanksgiving, the question that I would pose has to do with gratitude. And so pretty simply, who or what are you grateful for? So that could be, a person, it could be, anything really. Who or what do you feel gratitude for or to? And as always, we'll start with Suzanne. And I'll share as well, but gives everybody a little bit of time to think.
So I know Tara and I were talking when she posed this question. I also was thinking about Veterans Day. My dad is a veteran. He's not with us anymore, but he was a veteran in the Navy. And I think about how grateful I am that was part of his life. It actually helped get him through undergraduate school and graduate school. So it was a gift to him in many ways, and a gift to our country. So thank you to anyone who has any connection to the military. I'm grateful for that, and also just grateful for this community. So
nice. And by the way, you could be grateful for more than one thing. So
And how about you, Tara?
Yeah, so I would similarly. So my father passed away in this past September, but he was a veteran as well and served in the Army. And so gratitude to him for his service, and of course to others. But I'm especially grateful to some of the handymen I have that are helping me around the house, because there have recently been some kind of unusual things happening that I've needed help with, and to have the support of people that are close by and keeping an eye out. I feel so much gratitude for all of the assistance. But I'll mention one of the things because it's kind of comical, which is a squirrel has chewed through the wood siding on my house and actually broken into my house. And we don't have him out yet. So yeah.
Do you hear him?
I do sometimes. It's been a couple weeks. And when one hole gets patched, he just makes another. So there's a whole new strategy now. I'm learning more about squirrels, flying squirrels, red squirrels, and their behavior that I would have ever wanted to know. But I feel this incredible gratitude for the person who's helping me.
Yeah, that's so true. Because I'm in the same mode. My heat stopped working. I'm grateful for space heaters.
Yes.
And the people that are going to come more quickly than I thought they could. So
good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
So let's
yeah,
look here. The
yeah.
coming cool weather. John, I am so with you on
Oh,
that.
yeah,
The summer
yeah,
was a little too hot for me, but also my allergies are bad this time of year, so the frost is helpful.
yeah,
Veterans and their service, yeah,
yeah.
to and for my family,
Mm-hmm.
for this
Yeah,
community that you have cultivated. And I'm grateful for my husband for supporting my long-held dream of starting my own business and all the sacrifices that go along with that. Wow,
nice.
that's really, really lovely.
Yeah. What
I
is
play
this?
really bad notes on my violin and it drives the mice crazy and out of the walls. Well, we don't want to out of the walls
Seriously?
into the house, but if they drives them out of the house, that's good.
Um,
That's
yeah,
funny.
Suzanne, I wonder, I'm learning the guitar and I'm really not good. It doesn't quite have the same pitch as a violin, but I
That's funny.
wonder, out of the house.
That's
I don't
funny.
know, hey, I'll tell you, I am totally open to any suggestions around this issue. I've had squirrels in the house in the walls in past years, but it's actually been quite a long time. So I have to cultivate a lot of patience, and these are not easy things to. And I also, the person I'm with is a non-kill trapper, so yeah, no kill, no poison. Yeah,
Yeah.
he even with mice, those he kills, but freeze dries them and mails them to an organization on the South Shore that works with large birds of prey. So they even they get eaten.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It makes
yep,
sense.
yep,
So yeah, I love what Heather shared here too, is her family has the ability to, for your family for sure, and the ability to slow down and make sense of all that life throws me, finding peace in the chaos. Yeah,
yeah,
very good.
yeah.
The continued
Very grateful.
improvements in health and opportunities to spend time with my adult children. Yes.
Nice.
Grateful that the squirrels are eating the
Maybe the
bulbs
bulbs I plant. Yeah, yeah. If it's
out of
one or
my
the other, the
house.
bulbs would be, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. Being married to a strong, happy,
Uh,
to the stable
nice.
moments. Help. Wow.
Susan, very nice.
Yeah, that is a gift.
It is a gift. All right.
Wonderful.
I think we're ready to, I think with that goodness in mind, gratitude and generosity and the cultivation of these qualities, this practice really supports that. And so with that, let's go ahead and start. And you can assume the posture that is going to feel most supportive this morning. So I always recommend, if you're tired, to do a standing practice. A standing practice is absolutely one of the postures that is traditional in meditation. So you could stand, you could remain seated. Lying down is also one of the classic postures. It's just that it's more suggestive of sleep. So if you're really wakeful and you feel you could do that, that's fine. So eyes can be open or closed. If they're open, gaze downward a little bit and take a couple deep breaths on your own as a way just to settle in and to settle any surface tension from the activity of your morning so far. So a couple deep breaths. And it's also helpful to make the exhalation longer than the inhalation. And holding the body in a way that is upright and engaged so that the spine is straight but not stiff in whatever posture you're in. So being careful not to lean back in a chair, but actually leaning slightly forward. So you have to engage your core and the body will make micro movements to keep yourself upright and alert, engaged. And see if you can surrender your weight into the support of the surface. Just let the shoulders drop. Allow the body to surrender into the support and notice the points of contact with the back of the body and the surface. What is that subtle point of contact? What does that feel like? So all along the back of the body, wherever you're making contact, noticing that. And noticing also any other physical expressions in the body from your activity. So could be a kind of pulsing or a vibration or a tingling or temperature. Just see whatever is being offered. What are you noticing? And bringing an attitude of receptivity to those sensations, to that physical experience of the body. You're coming out of the narrative, memory, and planning, and really dropping into physical sensation in the body. Receptive, curious. What's the felt sense in the body? And let's for a moment go to sound that perhaps is in the room you're in or outside of the room. And just receiving the experience of sound, hearing without labeling what's making it, but just hearing. And allowing sound to remain as it will. Begin to bring awareness back into the whole body and begin to make that focus even more narrow. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. And however you're breathing is fine. So as you breathe in and breathe out, is there a place in the body where the sensations of breath are strongest for you this morning? It can change from day to day, by the way. But just this morning, as you breathe in and breathe out, where is the sensation strongest for you? Kind of belly, abdomen, chest, nostrils, or someplace else? So tracking those sensations at the place where you can feel it the strongest. Each time the mind wanders into thought, just make a soft mental note thinking. Thinking can be more specific, like planning or regretting or whatever. But thinking keeps it pretty simple. Thinking. Soften the body and return to your anchor, tracking sensations of breath. Or alternatively, you can use another body sensation like the palms of your hands resting on your thighs or the back of the body. Or if there's a consistent sound in your background, that's fine to use as an anchor. You have lots of options for an anchor. So when the mind wanders and you notice, soft mental note, thinking, soften the body, return to your anchor, just over and over and over. So I will be silent for the next several minutes. Noticing where the mind is and gently softening the body and returning to your anchor. And as we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our bodies healthy and strong. And may the merit of this practice be for the benefit of all beings everywhere. And if your eyes were closed and you feel ready, go ahead and open the eyes. And whether they were open or closed, it's always helpful to just kind of reorient to the room, to take a stretch, kind of look around.
Thank you, Tara.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I
And
really like the thought about gratitude starting off the month, because I know a lot of the month of November might be focused on that, but
yeah,
can't really think about it too much.
yeah,
know?
no, yeah, it's, I think, just through what we know, even in neuroscience, that whatever we incline the mind toward more regularly, those are the habit patterns that we practice, and vice versa too, so habit patterns of thought that are, less helpful to us, but tend to be a pattern, we can get in that groove as well. And so I think that it's really helpful to incline the mind in more pro-social, positive ways. And that's not to deny suffering or difficulty in one's life, because we all have that. But I appreciate the neuroscience behind, kind of leaning forward, or what we kind of lean into, that we can lean into gratitude and love and kindness. And yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. What came to mind as I'm meditating, and of course my thoughts come in,
Yeah.
but this really lovely thought came in of when I was thinking about my father in the Navy and how this got him into swimming and then competitive diving in college.
Oh,
And that and my mother was from New York and was always used to being on the beach in Long Island. So I just grew up as a fish, loving swimming, and doing so many swimming related sports, that I'm just grateful for that.
Yeah, it trickled down to you. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
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 It's funny how
Yeah. Anybody else have any observations or thoughts, questions, or even sharing resources? So it's, we think of it as a community where we can share, a good book or a good series that is holding your attention, and of course, any kind of question. Yeah.
I'm wondering, oops.
I know worry is not usually helpful. It's sort of like Joseph Goldstein will always say, does it help? That's like his question with worry. Does it help? It's like, no, it's like somehow we think it will, but it doesn't really change the situation. Unless it's motivating you to take action that is possible to take. Because sometimes there are situations where you can't do anything, Yeah. Yeah.
I wondered if anyone, I know there are different folks on this webinar, but if anyone had an opportunity to listen to the 10% Happier session with Tuweri Salah about thinking. I was just going to look it up because
it's such a good one.
Yeah, I'm listening to it in pieces, but it's so wonderful because how she describes the thinking mind is just pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it talks about an episode for overthinkers. So when you mentioned that, I'm going to share this in the chat. Because sometimes, it's just natural sometimes for us to worry or think about what might happen if, it's kind of the mammalian brain that tells us maybe there's a saber-toothed tiger around the corner, so started reading Peak Mind one.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So far loving it. Yeah, it's so good, really, practical. It's very accessible. Yeah, it's a good read. Thanks for sharing. Yeah.
I noticed, I'm part of this community of people that I went to school with, my mindfulness schooling and at UCLA, and no one knew Dr. Amishi Jha. No one, there were people in Ohio. No one knew her.
That's amazing.
So it's just, they kind of migrate to the West Coast. Mindfulness.
Yes.
Cool change. I'm going to look that one up. Oh, was that a 70s song? I wonder, Heather. Cool change.
Yeah, I don't
Sounds
know.
very familiar, but I'm going to look that up. Thank you. Little River Band. Yes. Oh, I love that song. I always loved the Little River Band.
I did too.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I'm Spotify. I'm going to look that up on Spotify and add it to my happy list. So thank you, Tara, for
Yes, thank you,
joining us as
everybody. Really,
always.
yeah.
And it's nice to be with one another on Thursday during the time that, yesterday, if anybody was able to join us on the meeting format, we were discussing how the energy level is, obviously we have the election and also we have the holidays coming up and the season changing. So the energy level is high, and it's slowing down is a good thing to do this time of year. So hopefully you're able to do some of that yourself as well. So we will be here on back on Tuesday.
Someone's asking every Wednesday. It's a meeting format instead of a webinar.
Yeah, and I'll send you, John. Yeah, so this is an opportunity. People can unmute and can be on the, here, I'll send you the link.
You can be on camera or off camera. Suzanne leads it on her own. And it's, so that way we have every Tuesday, Thursday is webinar. So that way for anybody that doesn't like being on camera, doesn't prefer that, but then Wednesday is another option where you can, kind of all be together and camera off or on and yeah.
And there are times when we have half the folks that have the camera on, and there are times when we have all the people that have the camera off. So it is totally what your vibe is in that morning, because we all know it depends on the morning. We all know that. So hopefully you can join, John. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you. Have a good weekend, everyone. And if for anyone that has the day off, I hope you enjoy it. And, gratitude to our service people who served our country and kept us safe. So we're very grateful for that.
Day of Remembrance. Yes.
For sure. Yeah. All right. So see you next week. Have a good weekend.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.